So I haven't had time to replace the fan, so we're going old school tonight. We're coming to the end of my misadventures with Big T, as we only saw each other one more time after this trip. So this is called French River, the Beginning of the End. This adventure starts where the campsite teardown ended, the weekend after Thanksgiving, and is actually one of my favorites due to a couple of epic fails, although next week I'm saving the best one for you. It was Friday the 13th when this adventure began. I know, I should have known better, but that'll probably be my epitaph. The day after I closed camp, I went and picked up T to bring him down to my place, as I had a big surprise for his birthday. I'd booked him an hour-long massage, only finding out afterwards that he's the only person on the planet who hated massages. That should have been my first indication of how this trip was going to go. The next morning, we were up at the crack of dawn to catch the last ferry of the season over to Manitoulin Island. It was T's first time on the ferry and his first time on the island, so hopefully that made up for the massage fiasco. We drove up and around Georgian Bay, and the scenery was breathtaking before we finally arrived at French River. Once we got to our rented cabin, we started to unload as we were told the cabin was unlocked. T went off to check in and procure a boat for us. And before I climbed up the hill to get the next load to where the car was parked, I stopped on the stoop to have a look around. I was looking up the hill at a few of the other cabins, not realizing that I was moving forward, until I did a 1.5 flip off the end of the stoop, and I heard the crack. As I lay on the ground, writhing and going through the first phases of pain, where you can't speak and just have to ride the wave out, I was also feeling mixed emotions. I was filled with extreme embarrassment, hoping to hell that no one saw my performance, versus wishing someone had, as it was spectacular, at least a 9.5. Oh, and the stoop was only 2 inches tall. Well, the wave passed, and after a quick look around, I hobbled over to the end of the dock, took off my shoe and sock, and stuck my foot into the cold water to stop the swelling. I looked up to see 3 fishermen in a boat going by, giving me that look that said, "See, this is why we don't bring our wives along." So here we are, 5 minutes into the trip, and I'm disabled, not to mention that we're in Canadian Shield territory, more suitable for a mountain goat than for an accident-prone idiot like myself. Oh yeah, and speaking of accident-prone idiots, I just broke my baby toe the other day.